Hey guys, John here with RealTruck.com, and today I want to show you how to install the Extang Classic Platinum Toolbox Tonneau cover on this Ram 1500. As you can see here, we've got everything out of the box. This cover comes complete with everything you need to get it installed on your truck. As a matter of fact, it even comes with the only installation tool you really need right there. And so, as you can see here, we have the tonneau cover itself, which by the way is a really nice cover. And we have the crossbows. We also have the front and rear pieces of the rack and the side pieces as well. The part that goes across by your toolbox. And you guys can take a look at that. That thing's got a phenomenal seal on there to seal up nicely against the toolbox to keep the stuff from getting down inside your truck bed. Comes with all your clamps, bolts to put them on your instruction sheet, and also some sealing material as well. And one thing I want you guys to make sure you pay close attention during the installation process, because there's something that's really kind of a little bit different about these clamps, and I'm going to show you guys what that is. So let's get this on the truck. Okay guys, so we're ready to start putting everything together to get this on our truck. The first thing we have to do is attach our cover to our front rail, and it's really easy to determine which piece that is because voila, the only one without snaps on it. So there you go. That should pretty much narrow it down for you. Now what we need to do is remove one of the corner pieces, and it's very easy to remove these. All you got to do is just push in on the little snap ball right there and just pull it right off, and it comes right out. So what we're going to do then, once we have that off, is we're going to attach it to our cover, which is a really simple thing to do. So we're going to get that on there, and the way we want to do that is make sure we have this going the right way, is to have this piece with the paper facing up. And if you can see on the other end here, as long as this is pointed back towards you, you've got it the right way. So we're going to take this and we're going to slide this right into, you can see on the end here, there's like a circular cutout piece there, and we're going to slide our cover right in there. It's going to be pretty much cake, just like that. And then we'll take our end cap and we'll put it back on, make sure we get it going the right way. Remember what I said, as long as it's facing back towards you, you've got it in the right spot. Snaps on just like so. Okay, so that's all ready to go. And what I would suggest at this point is to go ahead and wrap this back up on here and to re-strap it, because that's just going to make it way more manageable and easier to deal with as you're getting things together on the truck. And so we're going to strap that back down and go ahead and peel off this backing paper that's just on there to protect the seal. This isn't sticky or anything. It's just to protect the seal from damage while it's being manufactured and shipped. So we'll take that off there, get that out of the way, and we're ready to get started with the next part. So let's get to that. So what we want to do before we start putting anything on the truck is to go ahead and lay out all of our rails, make sure that we have all the pieces that we need here as well, and get our side rails laid out. And the side rails are really nice. They're going to attach just like so. You can see the snaps on them. So we want to lay them out the way they go. And obviously, you can see here that they're going to go just like I had them actually. And so that way the seal would be down. And they also even tell you where to put the clamps on those. So we have our tailgate rail and our front rail with our cover on it. So it's really simple at this point. All you gotta do is snap these together, just like how I showed you to do that end cap. So I'm just gonna grab this and line it up in here, snap. Snap this one in. Same thing over here. And there we go. Okay, once we have this all together, then we're ready to move on to the next step, which is going to begin the part where we actually attach this to the truck. All right, so the next thing we're going to do then is we're going to put our plate on here that's going to go up against our toolbox. You guys can see on here, if you take a look, it's got a really, really nice seal on it. We're going to put that on there and center it, make sure we have it in place. And then once we have that on and in place, then we're ready to get our rack and get that set up on here to start clamping it down. All right, guys, once we get this piece on and our rack all together and all that, we're going to bring it all up and we're going to put this up on top of our center piece up here by our toolbox and go ahead and push it forward. Make sure that it's all nice and in place. And here's a real good tip for you guys, because this is going to save you a lot of headaches. Make sure that before you go to tightening anything up, make sure that these are pulled loose up here, just so that way you don't get them down in behind everything where you can't get to them, because that would be no fun to have to take it all back apart just to get those straps out. So, okay, once we have that in place, then we're going to start putting our clamps on. And remember, I was telling you guys there was some unique stuff about these clamps that you wanted to pay close attention when we got to that point. Okay, now you can see here that we have a couple of different clamp sizes, which is relatively obvious. Everything else being the same, just the lengths are different. And we also have a couple of different clamp bracket sizes. Okay, and you can see there's obvious differences in those as well. And what we're going to do then is we're going to have this long, bigger of the two clamp bracket pieces, and that's going to go on the shorter of the clamps. Okay, so like that. The other short piece goes on the long clamp. Now, the long clamp is going to go up in the very front. We're going to attach it up here in the front by where the toolbox is. The short clamp with the long piece on it is going to be the one that goes back here at the very back of the by the tailgate. So there we go. Let's get started putting those on so we can get this thing clamped down and rolled out to show you how nice it's going to look when it's all done. All right, guys, so we're ready to put our clamps on. And remember, we had the two different size L brackets, and the longer one is the one that's going to go up here towards the front. And the really awesome thing about this is they actually have marked on here, Extang has, with little tags of where to place the mounting brackets. So that makes it really easy. You don't have to try and guess where to put them. So we're going to put that one right on there. And then we'll take our U bracket and go right underneath and attach our hex-headed screw here, which is what's going to hold it in place. Now generally what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snug these down. I'm not going to tighten anything up just yet, because once we get everything in place, I want to make sure that everything works correctly and that we've got the right angles and such before we go and tighten anything up. So once we have that one in place, then we'll take the shorter of the L brackets and we're going to attach it right here where it's marked once again on the rail for the rear one. However, this one is the one that has the larger of the two U brackets, and it's going to go right in here. Now, here's something to keep in mind, guys, is if you have these factory bed rail caps, underneath where the bed rail cap's attached, there's little clips basically that come out through the bed rail itself that actually hold the bed rail cap on, and you may need to slide your clamp over just a little bit off of this mark to attach that so that it's not in the way of that clip. Now, when you do that, always when you do that, make sure if you're going to slide it, you slide it more towards the back of towards the tailgate rather than the front, because we want to make sure we have everything back here held down properly. If you move it back up here, you end up with two clamps too close together. So we're going to put that one right there, and you can feel up underneath here the edge of that tab that's sticking down there. So we're going to put it right against there and attach our screw. And once again, the same as with the front, we're just going to leave this loose a little bit here until we make sure that we've got everything exactly where it needs to go. So I'm going to go over and put the two on the other side, and then we're going to do some more checking to make sure everything is squared up and then it's going to work properly. All right, so the next thing we want to do once we have everything attached is make sure that we have it square on the truck. And the easiest way to do that is kind of make sure you have it lined up on your toolbox, and then take a tape measure and measure from this corner diagonally across to the other corner, and then do the same from this corner to that corner over there. And if you have the same exact measurement on both ways, then you know that it's square. If it's not, then you might have to adjust it around a little bit. Ours is all squared up and ready to go. So the last thing we need to do here is, for this part, is tighten these clamps up. Because remember, I told you we were going to leave them a little bit loose. And the reason why we do that is just in case we have to move this thing around just a little bit to get it squared up onto the truck. So I'm going to tighten all four of these down now. Make sure that everything's being held on here really well. So I've got these two tightened up in place where we want them. So this isn't going anywhere. I'm going to go tighten up the two on the other side, and then I'll show you guys how to attach the crossbows. It's really easy to not get these mixed up because they're tagged. This one says cab, the other one says tail for tailgate. And what we're going to do then, if you can look at your clamps, you can see there's a couple tabs that are sticking on the top of your clamp here, and then you have an indent in the end of the piece here, which by the way is spring loaded for your crossbar. And what you're going to do is, it just depends on which one of these you put it on, whether you're looking for a nice sleek look or if you're looking for more of a performance style. We're just going to put ours on the bottom and line it up over there on that one on that side and attach it in there. And then now, just so you know, this one's going to be a little bit stiffer because this is the one that keeps everything in place here and keeps everything the way it's supposed to be. So we're going to put that on there. Make sure that you don't accidentally get that piece in between those two tabs, because then things aren't going to work right. So I'm going to make sure that I got that in the right place. And it is. So then we can go ahead and put our tailgate bow on, and it's going to go same spot. Make sure, guys, that you don't mess up and put one on the top and one on the bottom. So we'll get that in the right spot. Okay, once we have that all in place, then we're ready to start attaching our cover. And what I want to do is I'm just going to move these snaps, just kind of separate them all out and just kind of get them in somewhat order. And then when we start attaching this, we're going to attach the corners first. And after we attach the corners, then we can go and snap up the sides. So I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about here in just a second, as soon as we get these kind of spaced out a little bit. Now here's something really unique that I should explain to you guys about these snaps. When you first put these on, and they're going to be a little bit tight, one thing that you can do with these, with the snaps, is you can actually just pull your caps loose on the ends, just like how I showed you to put it on, where you push that little indent in, kind of like old style vacuum cleaners had those on them. You could pull them apart, the hoses and such. Kind of the same thing. And then once you do that, you just push down on this little detent right here, and you can slide these off and turn them over, and that will allow you to make it a little bit looser, especially in cooler climates where it's not going to be as pliable and it won't stretch as much. Once it's out in the heat a little bit, it's going to stretch, and it's going to you're probably going to want to have them turned down so that way it keeps it nice and tight and good looking. So let's go ahead and roll this thing out over here. And then like I said, remember we're going to do the corners first. So we'll get the corners attached. And then once we have all the corners attached, then we can go ahead and go around and snap the rest of them together. So I'm going to get these all done here, and then I'll come back and I'll show you guys what this looks like all snapped up and ready to go. Hey guys, we got everything snapped down. It looks really nice. You can see how nice it's going to look on your truck as well to keep everything dry and out of the weather. There you have it, guys. That's how easy it is to install the Extang Classic Platinum Toolbox Tonneau cover onto your truck. So remember, until next time, happy motoring.